Hey, what's up, guys? We are live. We are here to do a little sports betting conversation. 17th of March. We got ourselves some NBA games tonight. And then I'll be honest, I'm not a big college basketball guy, so I'm just kind of starting to look into tournament stuff. I assume you got to be getting psyched for this. I know with NBA being so up and down with just all the sits and everything like that, it'd be nice to have something else to pay attention to for a little bit before baseball starts.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it. I love that stuff. Last year, obviously, there was none of that. So, really excited to get this cracking with the playing games tomorrow. And then, the real big tourney starts on Friday.
I got you guys. So I got a couple of things to talk about with our partners over at Jazz Sports. So if you bet on sports, you probably got at least one, maybe a multitude of places where you do your betting. If you have never tried playing on Jazz, I got a few reasons to make today that you sign up. All you have to do to be eligible for this is when you click on the join button and you join, for the promo code, use 5-pack as the promo code. You'll get all the rollover bonuses and everything like that that's attributed to us. Let me know if you make that initial deposit. I'll get you a free 5-pack membership as well. Also, Jazz Sportsbook is offering some things. They got $1 million for a perfect bracket challenge, which I know probably not going to happen for a lot of people, but they do also have secondary prizes for people first place, second place, 51st to 100. You get some free plays and stuff like here. Anybody that is signed up through us gets 2 brackets instead of the normal 1. So it's another reason to give it a whirl today. This stuff all starts real soon, so give that a little look-see. That being said, my man, let's rock and roll over to the NBA side of things for the day. So you told me as we're getting on here, you got a couple that you kind of like, but nothing you really love today.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was not even a couple I like, just nothing that I really love here. Maybe that will change as we break them down.
Yeah, that can happen. So I'm kind of with you on that one. Nothing was jumping out for me from an overall NBA perspective. I do got a first quarter bet that we'll talk about here once we go through the overall stuff. We got Bucks Sixers first game. Bucks are 5.5-point favorites because the 76ers are on the back end of a tail end of a back-to-back and have no Joel Embiid. Honestly, everything seems right there to me. I have nothing I like. I think the total's right. I think they got the spread right. I have very little interest in this one.
I agree.
Okay, cool. We're on the same boat. This is what's called an abstain, baby. And those are some of the best bets you can make when you don't bet at all.
No doubt.
All right, game 2 of the night. We got Nets taking on the Pacers. We found out since this morning that Mr. Walking Buckets himself, Kyrie Irving, will not be playing tonight, which leaves it down to just James Harden. Makes Harden, I don't know, a little bit more intriguing on DFS sites. But as far as this game goes, weird to see the Nets is not a favorite right now.
Right. This line has moved a few points. It's tough to back the Nets without Kyrie or KD. And on the other hand, like this line's already moved enough where I have no interest in betting the Pacers as a favorite here. So another abstain spot for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Complete agreement right there. Honestly, with the introduction of Karis LeVert, I also just don't know who the Pacers are right now. It's not a team I have a lot of confidence, good or bad. I'm not confident that they're going to suck. I'm not confident they're going to play well. I'm a huge LeVert fan, but they're trying to intermingle. This is game 3 of a new piece who, arguably is one of their best players right now. I mean, you could make the argument that he's better than Sabonis and Brogdon. That's a conversation for a different day. I just don't know who they are right now. So I'm right with you. I'm back to the abstain on it.
I wouldn't say he's better than Sabonis.
I'm not going to argue that point. I'm just saying, I think there's a conversation. I think their top guys of all the teams in the NBA have conversations to be had about. Because I was watching the Pacers the other day, and the Pacers announcers were saying Brogdon's clearly the best player for the Pacers. I was like, I don't know about that.
For sure.
So I don't know. It's an interesting team from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, Raptors Pistons. Where are you at here? Waiting on the Siakam news, I suppose?
Yeah, waiting on the Siakam news. Kind of feel like Toronto rolls, but they're favored on the road. They haven't been playing great ball, so I'm not really trying to back them. But Detroit's not really a team I'm trying to back either.
I got you on that one. Also, Van Vliet has also been upgraded to questionable. So you're telling me they get like 2 of their horses back? I have zero faith in Detroit. Like right now, if all of a sudden all those Raptors got ruled out, I would have a little interest in the home team right here. But I'm kind of starting to think at least one of them plays.
For sure, me too.
All right, next up, we got Kings Wizards. I got so much interest in this game from a DFS perspective, from a betting perspective. I think the Wizards will win, but I don't like this one too much at all.
Yeah, I think the Wizards will win too, but Wizards haven't won a game in a while. So, man, this was one of the better games of the night for sure. But betting wise, the line is tight. I think this game could be really close, and the line, acknowledges that. Not really an interest in betting this game.
If I were to bet it, it would be Wizards to cover the 2. I won't, though. If anything, I would be more interested in betting the over and just hoping for the funnest game of the basketball year, but that's not what I'm going to do.
For sure. I'm with that.
All right, Rockets, Warriors.
Kind of like the Rockets again here.
I kind of do too. I like the idea with Christian Wood back tonight, with Porter playing well. I guess if I were to bet it, I would take the long shot bet and just bet the Rockets to finally win a game with Christian Wood. They haven't won since he left. I know he's on a minutes limit, which makes a lot of sense. I don't really expect him to win, but I'm getting damn near 6-1 odds for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they cover this line, and I think they have a shot to win the game.
Okay. I'm with you. It's a long shot bet. This is not one that I'm supposed to get right or you're supposed to get right, if we talk about them winning this game. It's a long shot. It is a true definition of a long shot.
I'll put it like this. I think they have about as much chance to win this game as Cleveland does, and they're double the odds.
That's a great way to put it, because that's kind of how I view it as well, but I didn't think of phrasing it that way, so that makes a lot of sense to me.
So, yeah. Sweet.
Okay, we talked about them yesterday. You liked them a lot more against the Hawks than I did, and I watched most of that game, as did you. They did lose by double digits, but to use a term that you use a lot, they were damn live to win that game.
They were. And so I feel like that might be the one you like the first quarter bet on.
You're damn right it is, and we'll get to that one momentarily. Also, I know the Warriors had a nice win fairly recently, but they've also had a lot of performances that make you wonder who they are as a team.
Mm-hmm, no doubt about it.
Who are the Warriors as a team? That's a great question.
I don't know.
I mean, they got crushed by the Lakers. Crushed by the Clippers.
It's hard to touch them without Clay.
Right? I mean, against good teams, I know they beat the Jazz, but they got just destroyed by the Lakers, Clippers. The Suns beat them down. Lost a close game to the Trailblazers. Got worked by the Lakers again. Really, over the last 2 weeks, they've been bad.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I'm with it. I like the long shot right here. Oh, boy. How am I going to handle it? That's a different question. Next up, Celtics against the Cavaliers. What do you think here?
I mean, I got no interest. Like I said, Cleveland doesn't look good right now, but Boston is a road favorite. No, thank you.
With it. I agree. Next up, Spurs Bulls. Anything here?
No.
Okay. I like the Bulls to win this game. Not love, just like.
Yeah, I get that.
Heat Grizzlies. Based on our conversation this morning, I can almost already virtually guarantee this is a total abstain spot for you.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Hornets Nuggets.
I kind of think the Hornets here, but not sure I like them enough to bet them.
I agree. I completely agree. If I were to bet it, I would take the plus 210. But I probably won't. It's one of those ones that I will consider all afternoon. Probably won't have the balls to pull the trigger on it.
Fair.
And if I don't get it right, it wasn't balls. It was the foresight not to bet it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Clippers Mavericks. We just saw this game. So now we've seen the Clippers play well, and we saw the Mavericks beat them down earlier in the year. What happens in this game tonight?
I have no strong feelings either way.
I completely agree. And this really comes down to who the Clippers are right now. I just don't know who they are. There are games that you watch them that you think, man, like I know you expect them to come out of the West this year. I can't argue that point. There are games I watch them, I'm like, dude, they are just better than the Lakers. And then I'll watch them the very next day play terrible against a bad team, and it will completely change who I think they are on a daily basis.
Yeah, that I agree with that, but that doesn't make me change who I think they are because in the playoffs, I think the real team will show up. But to your point about betting them in the regular season, yes.
I agree. And that's why I am so psyched for NBA DFS playoffs. I think it's one of the easiest places to make money, but we ain't there yet. It's just that in this weird regular season, even more than ever, teams are very unpredictable and seem unmotivated from day to day.
For sure.
All right, I want to move over to the quarters bets. I got a couple of first quarter bets that I like. I think I probably hit on those a little bit already. If we could just switch. All right. So we kind of touched on them a little bit already. I like the Rockets plus 4.5 in quarter one. They've played some decent first quarters in some of these during this losing streak. They always ultimately end up getting their butt kicked. But during this losing streak, they've played some first quarters hard before the talent is overcome. And you guys kind of know my mantra. I love teams that played the night before versus teams that had a day off at home like this the next day. I like the Rockets to play well early tonight.
Yeah, I get that. It makes a lot of sense. I'm kind of digging that one with you.
Yeah, plus 4.5. That's a lot.
Yeah, and so is like plus 220 on a first quarter. I mean, that's a nice wager in my opinion.
Now, I am torn on the Christian Wood thing. Like, one, I love that he's back today. You think they all know they haven't won since he left. The sad part about the other part is, like, this team has no, like, Porter and Wood have never played a game together.
This is true.
So there's two sides of that equation right there. It's one of those things we often talk about. You can evaluate data two different ways, and you can have it tell you whatever story you want it to tell you.
Honestly, I never even thought about this, but I mean, these teams aren't even practicing that much right now with games all the time, the COVID, all that. Like, who knows if Porter and Wood have ever played together one time at all?
Probably not. So, or at least a good chance they haven't. So there's that. And then the other one that I like a decent amount, Bulls coming off of a nice win last night. They played real well at home against a Spurs team missing their best player. I like the Bulls in the fourth quarter quite a bit tonight. I think that's my favorite overall bet of the day.
Yeah, it sounds like you like the Bulls here more than I do. The Bulls, I feel like, are a team that are primed to lose a game like this. Right when you turn the corner. The Spurs, Greg Popovich, we talked about them a lot. They win games they're not necessarily supposed to win. So the Spurs, I know, got killed by the Sixers. And then who'd they play that next day?
They played
on Monday night. Detroit.
Yeah.
A nice win for them. I don't know. I think that the Bulls, if I had to choose, gun to my head, the Bulls win this game, but I'm not confident about it.
Well, I like the Bulls first quarter. Just to be clear, I like the Bulls first quarter much more than I like the Bulls for the game.
I get that.
So I didn't say most of my success has come on taking teams in the first quarter that played the night before. And that's exactly what the Bulls fit into. Significantly prefer that over the long-term game. Mm-hmm. So that's about it for today. You got anything live for college that you're really looking forward to over the next couple of days?
Not yet. Still diving in. So nothing I want to talk about yet.
So we'll come on here and we'll kind of discuss that. I know you're huge into college basketball. So I'll just kind of come on and nod along as you tell us what we're looking at here over the next day or two.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good luck tonight on everything. There's a lot of places to play. Go win yourself some money. Go get on Drafters. Bet on Jazz Sports. Play your DK. Do whatever you got to do to win some money today.
Thanks, guys.